Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you how to do a plastic repair on a bumper. Before you start to repair any job, it is always good to clean the area with a degreaser to make sure that any contamination does not affect your job. For this process, we're going to be using the Carsystem pump action spray bottle and a Bluetex cloth to clean the area. It is also important to remember that cleaning the inside of the bumper and the outside of the bumper are equally important. So let's just clean the other side quickly. The next step in the system is to start sanding. For the top of the bumper, we will be using a P80 gold disc. And for the inside of the bumper, we will be using a P80 Abrasives strip. Alright, let's begin the sanding process with a P80 gold disc to take off the paint on the top of the bumper. For the next step of the sanding procedure, we need to flip the bumper over and sand with a P80 Abrasives strip in the groove. The next step is to take the P80 Abrasives strip by hand and make sure that the edges are nicely rounded off. As usual, in between all the steps, let's clean it with a degreaser. Plastic is not a substrate with a very good adhesion, so it is always good to apply a plastic primer to secure the adhesion that you need for the job. The best thing to do now is to give the primer a 5 to 10 minute flash off. On the inside of the bumper, we will now apply the reinforcing tape to strengthen the bond. The next step of the process is to apply the black power mix. It is a 2-component product that will mix with inside this nozzle. So for this part of the process, we can apply the power mix over the damaged area and smooth it over with an applicator. Then we can quickly turn the bumper around and smooth the power mix over with the applicator on the other side to secure the bond. The Carsystem power mix has a very short pot life, so you have about 30 seconds to a minute to work with the product before it starts to cure. Now we can wait for 10 minutes for the product to cure, and then we can move on to the next step. While you're waiting for the product to cure, get yourself a cup of coffee. During the curing process, the product can get very hot. So once it is cooled down, it's a nice indicator for when is the right time to start sanding. As always, in between every step, let's clean it with the airline and with your degreaser. The next step of the process is to mix and apply your Plastic Pro body filler. The reason we are using a Plastic Pro is because it will bond better on the plastic surface and is more flexible than a normal body filler. While taking the body filler out of the tin, you don't want to stir it, you'd rather want to scrape off the top, put it on your applicator board and carry on from there. If the body filler is stirred, you'll end up putting air pockets into the body filler, which will turn out to be pinholes and defects once you've applied the body filler. Always remember that the mixing ratio for body filler is 3% hardener. Now we can leave the body filler for 10 to 15 minutes to cure. The next step is to sand the body filler with a PAT Abranet strip. The next step is to sand with a P180 Abranet strip. The final step is just to feather edge with a P150 Merkur gold disc. As always, after any sanding process, we need to clean with degreaser. And there we have it, a successful plastic repair done with the Carsystem Plastic Pro Body Filler and the Power Mix. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week Friday for the next one.